On today's episode of Golf is Ruining My Life, we have a listener who summons the golfing gods in a way we've never quite seen before.
Also, winter golf is here. We've got the winter golf blues. What do we do? How do we get through this time? I'll tell you one answer. Together. Here we go.
Yes, they're back. Whether you like it or not, whether you wanted to hear from them, we don't care. Because they will return with more inane golf banter for your ears every Monday and every Thursday. And this is the Thursday one. My name's Tom Green. He's called Tom Price. And this is Golf is Ruining My Life.
Hello, welcome back to another tour around the golfing world. Today, it's your emails. Forget headlines, forget Rory doing press conferences about the race to Dubai. Forget about the politics in golf. Don't care. All we care about is your emails. And we're diving straight in. Hit me with a Nick Bailey email, Tom Green. Hit me.
Do you know what, Tom? I'm going to see your Nick Bailey email, and I'm going to put up a big sign that says, stop right here for a little bit of golf admin. And I'm so sorry. I just want to do something here.
I really thought we were underway then.
No, we're not. We're not underway. We've not done this for ages, and it does make a really big difference. And there's loads of people that have joined us since the Ryder Cup, so hello to you. Hi. And could we just ask you a favour? If you are listening on Spotify, go and give us a 5-star Spotify review. It does genuinely make a massive difference to us. And yes, I just want 1,000 reviews. Is that so much to ask? Just a little boy wants 1,000 reviews?
Yes.
And if everyone did it, especially just all the new people, we would have those 1,000 5-star reviews really quickly. Do it on Apple Podcasts as well, but definitely the Spotify lot. Anyway, Nick Bailey.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
We do, yeah. To Nick. Nice and short and sweet. And I often think with the emails, the short and sweet ones are the better ones. No subject to the email, just said playoff alerts are a thing. And he screen grabbed various alerts that you get from your friend of mine, Twitter/X, about when there's a playoff, so you can get playoff alerts. I actually have a bit of something on this, Tom, if you don't mind.
I'm here for it, mate. Listen, a bit of context. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've had a really long day doing my radio show and other stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tom, if you could do me the honour of carrying me for this episode, like with most episodes, etc., #Bants, I'd really appreciate it.
Well, I will, Tom. And playoff alerts are really interesting because I've managed to set them up on Sky Bet. So Sky Bet, other betting websites are out there. I'm not a particularly big better. Betting is, on the whole, maybe not a great thing, but it is a thing. So I get a little notification from those guys when there's a playoff, and I walked upstairs on Sunday. I was just making the bed, Em was out, and lo and behold, playoff about to happen on the DP World Tour. Tommy Fleetwood, Aaron Rai, now. So I ran downstairs, stuck on Sky Sports Golf, and I watched it.
It was a really, it was a great moment for Rai, old double gloves. I mean, that is, I said to my son, Aaron Rai's in the playoff with Tommy Fleetwood. And my son went, which one's Aaron Rai? And I went, double gloves. And he went, oh, yeah.
Double gloves. Me and my golf, double gloves. And now, you've got to add to that list, me and my golf, double gloves, Pink Castle Tea.
Yeah, I know. He's one of us, man. He's got the pink Castle Teas, of which there are now mountains at this time of year next to mats up and down the land. The pink Castle Teas, which you have to climb over. It's so funny.
I'm just going to quickly grab you there, Tom, because not that I think you were going to go down this comedy cul-de-sac, right? But I think I just want to give us all a word of warning here, because there's a bit of fun to be had with, double gloves and pink Castle Teas, and I think potentially iron head covers as well, Aaron Rai.
Yes.
But he's done a really, really sweet interview about how much golf means to him and how he didn't really have all these things as a junior golfer. And getting his first set of golf clubs meant so much to him. He had to look after them and treasure them. And because of that, he still does all those things now as a professional golfer. So just before you go down the comedy cul-de-sac of, buddy.
I don't go down the comedy. I live on the comedy cul-de-sac. That's where I'm based. That's where I've been based for a long time. No, all I was going to say, and it's lovely. I've seen that in those interviews doing the rounds. Aaron Rai's a top guy. Congratulations to him on the win. I just thought double gloves is a great nickname. And I wondered if, and you and I mean, my brain's absolute mush at the best of times. Is it worth starting off some sort of nicknames for golfers? Like if Aaron Rai is double gloves, okay. Do you know what I mean? Tommy Fleetwood, Goldilocks. Do you know what I mean?
Lovely locks. Lovely. There's something, isn't there? Yeah. Right. Marco Penge, beautiful face. Is it obvious I really like him?
No, that's just you just fancying him. But I wondered if maybe that's one for future emails, the toms@golfersruiningmylife.co.uk. If you do have any, if you want to jump on the Discord, any nicknames for golfers that we can then steal and put out on TikTok and monetize, that would be, if you could be our writers, that's really what we're after here.
Yeah, the Discord writers room would be absolutely ideal. But no, it was just interesting because I know on the show in the past we've spoke about the fact that there should be more like, playoffs about to happen. This is golf at its best. And it was brilliant. I managed to run downstairs and I caught that final hole. Unfortunately, it was only one hole, which is always annoying when you get into a playoff. I always want 3 or 4 and it really to go down the wire. No, Aaron Rai with a great birdie.
I would also say on playoffs, I would love a playoff alert at any level of the game. If there's a golfing playoff and it's,
so true.
The seniors playing a random event, like, I don't care what level of the game it is. A playoff is so unbelievably exciting, which makes me think that is your core product. Why isn't that core moment of a playoff? Why isn't there a 9-hole tournament where they do this sort of ultra speedy, like in cricket, it's become 2020 and stuff like that, where you do 9 holes each, match play, and, and then you try and get a tournament won in a day or something crazy. That could be good.
I genuinely believe if there was a playoff at a local muni within 15 miles, I would go down and watch it. If it was,
yes.
I would just be, that's how much I care about the playoffs. They have tried to do that, though, haven't they? And goodness me, we're in danger of doing a one email special, and I will not have that.
Standard.
They have tried to do that, though, haven't they? And I think the issue we have over here is it's normally around like December, January time. They always do those like the grudge matches, and it's like,
oh, they're awful. No, none of that nonsense.
Yeah, and I feel like they're itching at the scab of the thing we're talking about, but they don't quite. It doesn't quite happen. Anyway, Nick Bailey, thank you so much for your email. Playoffs alerts, they are a thing.
Thank you, Nick. David Strawbridge has been on. Hi, fellas. I need a favour from you. My best mate, Ruben, has started listening to the podcast after taking up golf this year. Hi, Rubes. On Saturday morning, he had his first real introduction to the golf gods. Just in case you're interested, the golf god is, the role is played by Noel Fielding, something we decided a while ago.
Dressed as a jester.
Yes.
Weirdly.
It has a penny whistle like a tramp. My friend Ruben's been working towards breaking 100, and on Saturday it really felt like it was the day. He was playing better than ever. He shot 50 on the first 9 and was playing even better on the back. We got to the 18th tee box, and this is where he decided to absolutely sabotage himself by showing an immeasurable amount of disrespect to the golfing gods. You've got to learn, Ruben. You've got to learn.
And
you will, Ruben. Standing on the tee box, he checked his scorecard. First error, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Don't do it.
He then turns to me and says, Dave, I have 7 shots to work with here. This is it. Oh
dear God.
Oh.
Now, Tom, I want to... there's a rich field, a rich vein of... There's a rich field of content here that I want to discuss. Because there is, I would say, a sweet spot to checking your card on the 18th, because you have to do it sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
I do.
I think the only time I think you can do it is when you know that you're at least 4 shots, 5 shots better than your best, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to say is when I got my 76 or whatever I got this year, I checked my card on 18 because I think previous to that point, my best round was like a 79 or something, right? So I wanted to know how clear I was. And it turns out I was quite clear, so I was good. But if you're on the precipice, if you're 1 or 2, I think you just got to head down and just get it done.
I think it's hard, with all due respect, when you're playing off, if you're like 3 over, you know that number in your head. It's very easy to stay in touch with your score. I think when I've had rounds where I'm 15, 16, 17, 18 over, it's quite easy to lose track, and it's quite a comforting place. And sometimes I will kid myself that I'm 18 over or something and actually know that I'm actually only 9 over on the 18th, and I've got a really good chance of shooting single figures, which for me, by the way, is always the bar. Single figure, 9 over, I'm never cross with a single figure round of golf, right? And so I sort of trick myself. So I think there's a balance to be found. Yes, you can check your score on 18, but you're right. You can only do it if you're coming from a place of great comfort. And I think Ruben having 7 shots, I would say when you're trying to break 100, that is not great comfort.
It's not.
I think if you had 15 shots, maybe you could do that. And also,
so it's not a number thing, is it? Because you can't say if you're 2 shots, because that is for when I was trying to get my 76 or whatever, 3 shots was enough as a window to be quite confident. But if you're trying to break 100, that 3 shots is nowhere near. So we need like a percentage that it has to be. But Ruben, you were not only checking the card, it's the balls of, and I've got 7 shots to do it in, baby.
And you have to realise that the golfing gods, Noel Fielding, enormous ears. They've got very big ears, finely tuned hearing. And as soon as anyone says any of those statements, they will appear and scupper, as we are potentially about to find out. In fear of the golfing gods, I screamed in his face, "Shut up!" He then said, "I've got this. It's in the bag. I've got a par on this hole before. It's an easy one. Watch this."
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That attitude, Ruben, has got to go. You've got to learn. You are subject to the golfing gods, right? You are now a meaningless lump of golfing mud on my shoe. All right, that is the rules when you are now in the golfing temples, and any of that sort of stuff is you're just asking for it, dude.
I think that's so. I think this, Tom, that is so true. There is no other game as humbling as golf, and I do believe the only time that you ever play well is when you have worked your arse off over weeks and weeks and weeks to get better, and you humble yourself with, "I'm nothing. I will just see what happens.
Yes.
I am absolutely nothing. This is just another round. It means nothing because I am meaningless." And then only then will you get given a good score. So none of this.
Yes.
Watch this business.
Yeah. Okay, good. We're not in the sort of religious field. I'm not big on my theology, and I've never really thought the Venn diagram of theology and golfers in my life would clash. But I would say a healthy, almost Catholic self penitence. Hitting yourself with some sort of whip is the only way to go about playing golf, okay? Getting tees in your pocket, spiking your leg with your tees to remind you that feeling pain is what the golf gods want. That is the starting point. That is where you must start from when you play this game.
Up with Ruben on 18 with the massive balls.
Yeah. It's like he just wanted to unload every single thing you shouldn't say before hitting a tee shot. Complete word vomit. I partially blame myself for never telling him about the golf gods. This is true. I gave him useless stuff, like advice on what clubs to buy and course management. Useless stuff. Who cares about that? So he steps up on the tee box. He completely smashes one down the middle. Okay. I didn't see this coming. Did you see this coming?
No. What's going to happen here? Have we just...
I don't know.
Meg on our face here.
This might be sort of like when Darwinism arrived and ruined Christianity. We might be about to find out that there is no golf god. Centre of the fairway.
Revolution.
Yeah, there you go. His longest drive of the day. Absolute cinema. He takes his 7-iron, pastes one just short and right of the green. Deciding he hadn't jinxed himself enough before the tee shot, he said, "Pressure, what pressure?" Followed by, "My short game is unbeatable today."
Oh, God. That will have piqued the interest of the golf gods, I think.
Don't you think in this situation, better to slam one in the trees off the tee and know that it's all over? Because at this point, his hope is still alive and well, and hope is an awful thing.
I know on my best rounds, and they have all been at my place, I know once, if I'm playing conservative on that last hole, which is a par 4, which a load of people said should be a par 5, it's a really difficult hole. Yeah. As soon as I've got a wedge in my hand, so I've gone driver and then maybe take a 7-iron just short of the green. As soon as I've got a wedge in my hand, Tom, in my head, and I would never dare verbalise this, I think home and dry.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think Ruben was thinking that from the tee. He said, "My short game is unbeatable today. The whole time I'm asking myself for forgiveness on his behalf. Forgive him, for he knoweth not what he doeth." He steps up to his ball with a sand wedge, blades it.
Oh, dear God. Here we go. Okay.
Over the green.
Yeah, this isn't good. Paddock stations. Okay, what's happening?
He blades it over the green into a bunker. It's happening. The gods have arrived, and they are PISSED. It's fine. That's only my third shot. First shot from the bunker, thinned into the lip, still in there.
Oh no! This for me is a tiny. This is what I'm picturing in my head. I've got quite a weird brain. It's a tiny fishing boat.
Yeah.
Quickly trying to escape a gathering storm behind. Can they get to the harbour?
Done. No, they've been eaten by the giant squid by this stage. Second bunker shot doesn't really move at all.
No, the storm's above them. The waves are big.
Third, out of the bunker, probably the greatest bunker shot I've ever seen. High, arching, stops dead next to the hole. Absolutely fuming. He taps it in for a 7 and shoots exactly 100.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. The golfing gods have been perfect.
Oh my God, that's so good. The golfing gods have been, and they've left us golfing gold in our stocking. Oh, that's wonderful.
Goodness me. We know this. You can't be arrogant. You can't have any joy because they are listening and they're going to destroy. Well, Ruben, thank you. I don't know whether Ruben is a listener of the show or it's just his friend who's listening.
He is now. It's from Dave. Dave has made him a listener. Dave is the penmanship goes to Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah,
and thank you for treating the golfing gods with respect by flagging up to them how wonderful and mighty they are. And let's just have a moment to look at some products while we all go and worship our inner golfing gods.
Here they are. Now, every Thursday in Golf is Ruining My Life means one thing. It means the email special. So do get your emails in the toms@golfisruiningmylife.co.uk. Hello, Simon, who's emailed. Hi, Tom.
Oh, it's a long one. Oh,
yeah, it's a long one.
Oh, there's a lovely bit of banter at the end, and I've just spotted it, and it's very funny.
Okay, I'm just going to scroll down and make sure it's not... Okay, yes, I've just seen that. That's fine. We'll come to that later. Here we go. Yep, strap yourselves in, lads. It's a long one. Hi, Tom and Tom. I came across you guys about 6 months ago on TikTok when you were talking about professionals' greens in regulation percentages. That sounds like something we would do. And it grabbed my attention straight away. Since then, I've listened to every episode of the podcast. Dear child, I'm so sorry. Watch the Scottish Golf Trip if you haven't. It's on YouTube. The live show with Incy. And, of course, Simon Dyson episode. Now, I don't really agree with what Simon says here. He says, not the best one, but definitely better than the driver fitting episode. Now, that I do agree with.
Whoa. Can I just say, all joking aside, I thought the Simon Dyson episode was great, but the driver fitting episode was, what was that episode, like 15 of this whole adventure into golfing nonsense?
This is the one where you recorded it and edited it and your wife said, what on earth are you doing? Who would ever listen to that episode?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I might go. Do you know what? What I might do is find when the anniversary of it is and do like a DVD commentary on the episode.
Like a YouTuber, like watching the. You could do like a listen along.
Yeah.
I
will. Yeah, I will.
Now, I don't think the Simon Dyson episode is that bad, so go and listen back to that. But anyway, this is back to Simon's email. I first got into golf as a teenager at my local pitch and putt, where the holes were 60 to 100 yards. They gave us a 6-iron and a putter, but to save money, I bought my own and would sneak on after hours to play several times a week. That went on for a few years until the place sadly burnt down.
What? Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just I wasn't expecting that.
How do you burn a golf course down?
How does a golf course burn down?
Do you know, I've got this is not a funny story. This is not a funny story at all. But I've got a story about golf clubs and burning. Have I ever told you this?
No, go on.
I'm not going to name the golf club here. But there's a golf club that I've played on where the halfway hut was quite literally like a caravan on wheels. And they left it out, and some kids burnt it down on Christmas Eve. That is not a Yuletide.
Really isn't, is it?
Tradition, is it?
That is not the spirit of Christmas at all.
No. They burnt the halfway hut down, which was a motorhome, on Christmas Eve.
God.
Anyway.
That's
sorry.
terrible. Okay, anyway, moving on. Back to the email. Back to
Simon. Fast forward 10 years, I started playing a couple of times a year with friends at my local courses in the southwest, but with just my trusty 6-iron and putter, and somehow kept up. But about 12 months ago, in my late 30s, it was time to go all in. I bought a set of P790s, El Clasico. Well done. Yeah. They will always be in my head, the tailor-made P790s, like the classic game improvement iron. I don't know whether that's true. Maybe it's just the time that I was obsessed with golf.
So is that like a handicap of sort of 15 to 30 vibes or 20 to 30?
No, I would say the P790s are like 12 to 18.
I would say. All right. Okay, nice.
SM8 wedges, lovely. A Sim2 Max Woods and 4 hybrid, and started playing courses within an hour's drive 2 or 3 times a month. Though my wife might say it was more than that. Yeah. I also signed up for Golf Now for £99. I've got friends that have done this. You got a £40 tailor-made voucher and £25 in credit each month. It's been brilliant for getting on great courses at great prices, like Bowood for £25 midsummer, and all of the Celtic Manor courses from £19, bacon and coffee included, up to £55 for the 2010 course. That's unbelievable.
It really is. It really is.
It's been a fantastic way to play places that I might not otherwise have done. Because I've had friends that have done this Golf Now membership. Are you across this, Tom?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a membership option with Golf Now. I thought the whole point of Golf Now that it was pay and play.
Yeah, well, you sort of. I think there's an upfront fee and then a reoccurring thing, and it means that you get credits, and as you say, you get cheaper rounds, and it keeps you playing. I've heard it was really good. My handicap is hovering around 21, 22. So this month I joined a club to play the same course regularly and hopefully bring that down. On top of that,
this is a great golfing journey. Can I just say this is the ideal, perfect golfing journey. You get out there, you played a bit with a 6-iron and a putter as a kid or whatever on a par 3.
Yeah.
You've got yourself some second-hand irons. You haven't gone crazy and spent $1,000 on ridiculous brand new irons. You've got some good second-hand irons. Mm-hmm. You've played around. You've played the fields. And now you're joining a golf club. That I would say this is exactly what we preach. Don't you think, Tom?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's very similar to my journey coming back, where I did Golf Now for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then I joined a really cheap place. And anyway, on top of that, my 8-year-old son has really taken a shine to golf. He plays a par 3 course or goes to the range 1 to 2 times a month and has a lower score of 43 so far, even though my constant golf and YouTube obsession drives my wife mad. She came to watch him play the other week and she was brought to tears.
Oh, that's adorable.
He's on the spectrum and can be loud and full on, but on the course, he's calm and focused, like a different person. This is very sweet.
This is really interesting, Tom, because I know a few people, and I'm absolutely not going to name names, but I have a few friends whose kids have autism and play golf, and it's really, really good for them. They really enjoy it. There's something. Nature is famously very good for certain types of autism. I am not an expert. Please don't get angry with me if I've got that wrong. But as I understand it, that's the case. And there's a few kids who've got it, and they find a tremendous amount of they're calmed and they're quite peaceful when they play, which is an interesting another reason this golf is amazing for kids.
I wonder if it's the all-consuming nature of it. It really, there is something about it, isn't there? You know, when you go and play those 4 hours, it is incredible how your brain just goes like that. And you just concentrate on the thing. Anyway, listen to the pod. I've got a couple of questions I've always wanted to ask. Okay, excellent. Simon, ask away. What happened with the idea of a communal phone for booking golf with membership discounts? I saw something about Discord, but haven't fully explored it. Well, that's the Discord, really, isn't it, Tom?
It's the Discord. It's the Discord. Jump on the Discord, and then there's parts of the Discord where you can click on your region, and you sound like you're Southwest or somewhere along the M4, and you can find that part of the country on there, and you can say, "Hey guys, anyone a member?" And people will go, "Yeah, I'm a member at Bowood or whatever," and then you can go and do that there. So get on the Discord. There's a link in the episode description, and we're up to I think we're on about 1,000 people on Discord now, and it's a wonderful place. Every now and again, I treat myself. I dip back in and see what's going on, and it's just like a hive of activity and thoughts, and actually it's very funny as well.
This is a fun one, Simon, because I don't know the answer to this. What was the outcome of the signed Ricky Fowler shoes that were auctioned off for the school? This must have been, and this is the mad thing about this show, Tom, because that feels like another. Well, this feels like another lifetime of the podcast when we did that. I think that was only 12 months ago.
It was a year ago, because the quiz that we auctioned it off at is coming up again. So they got auctioned off for about £120. My friend bought them for her brother, who's a fanatic golf fan, for, like I say, I think it was 120 quid. So a brilliant amount of money was raised for a really good cause at my kid's school. And they have gone to someone who loves golf, who will just have them on display. They haven't gone to someone who is going to be attempting to wear them, which I thought would have been odd, don't you think? To like, oh, those are nice new kicks. Why is there writing on them, Ricky Fowler? Yeah.
After having a few, I assume, gifted fittings with Cobra and Ping, plus various clubs passing your way, what happens to your old clubs? Asking for a friend who would love to try a lab putter. Very funny. I keep pretty much everything I've ever been gifted and used for the podcast. I love it all. I still have my lab putter. I have all my stuff from Ping, obviously, because we're working with them at the moment. That's what's in the bag. I have all I have the vast majority of my old Cobra stuff. My golfing friends are quite lucky that they get any sort of pass me downs when I don't need them. They take them off me quite quick. So they are head to toe in old clobber that I've had.
Yeah, there's boxes and boxes in our spare room, and my wife is going nuts. And I think I might need to hire some storage. But basically, it just sort of builds up. And my brother does quite well out of me. He's got my old clubs, which he plays with, and they just sort of sit around. To be honest, so I'm afraid there isn't anything available right now. But as soon as there is, Simon, I'll let you know.
Thank you both for all the effort you put into the podcast. You make it feel like I'm not the only one who slices it after hitting the perfect shot. Thank you, Simon. And this is the comedy. P.S. Please keep this anonymous. Only joking. Damn you, Simon!
Can you imagine? Next email from HMRC, Help and Support, Employer Bulletin.
We don't mind it.
Genuinely is.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's do one more. We've got time for one more. Here we go. Matt Ellis. Hello, the Toms. I've been listening for a few months after starting to play golf near the start of summer. Sadly, I have 3 kids. I mean, that's not the sad bit, sort of. Which means I don't have much time to play, I guess that means, and I've only played a few rounds. I'm absolutely hooked, but it seems my chances of playing any more are also gone. So I wondered, is winter golf actually a thing? If it isn't, what should I be doing instead, other than listening to you guys and staring longingly out the window? Yeah. In any case, it will likely be spring by the time you get to this email.
No,
okay.
Hey.
I mean, it's
hey.
Fair. It's fair. Tom, it's fair. I mean, he sent this email a month ago. And here we are. My dilemma is, what am I going to do for the next few months? I love golf. I don't get any time. When do I go and play? Even harder now with the weather, even harder with the lack of daylight, even harder with courses closing, even harder with 3 kids. What do we do, Tom Green? How do we find some golf for Matthew Ellis?
I don't know, because I'm not a man with kids, so I don't know what that looks like. My advice would be, you have to carve out the time on... I imagine what's a good time. You've got kids. Is a Sunday afternoon a thing? Is a Sunday morning a thing? It has to be a weekend, and you have to either get away early or get away at a point where no one else is on the course, so you can fly around. Would be my advice.
Yeah, I think so. It's that, or you could leave your wife and kids. That is something which some people choose to do, but it does cause a lot of damage. No, I think if you can get your kids into it, then amazing. But just to be clear, when your kids are really young and you play golf with them, you will not enjoy golf. Just to make that absolutely clear, you will not enjoy it. Eventually, when they get into it, you will find that you have reached new levels of happiness that you didn't realize existed on this earthly plane. It is one of the greatest pleasures of my life, playing golf with my kids. So there's that option. I just think it's got to be 9 holes. It's got to be Get On Golf Now if you're not a member. It's got to be the range. It's just grab and go and do what you can. And like you say, watch as much stuff on YouTube as you can and get out there. Another thing you can do, and here's a curveball, is this is quite a nice tactic. Maybe imply to your other half that golf lessons would be a great gift for Christmas, right? Because they are a great Christmas gift. Don't get necessarily loads of golf stuff. If you get some golf lessons as a Christmas gift, you're then obliged to go and actually get the lessons. Just a tactic. Just saying. Because if there is that moment when they're like, where are you going? We've got, this is mayhem. And you can go, well, I'm afraid this is the present that you bought me, and I do now have to go and I'm afraid I have to get lessons. I'd rather not, but you got me this gift. So it's a tactic which I may have used in the past.
Famously, it's how friend of the podcast and friend of the show, Matt Willis from Busted, got into golf. He tells that story all the time, that he bought golf lessons for himself and lovely Emma Willis. And they didn't get used for a while. And he was just like, there's lessons that I got us as like a couple thing. Do you mind if I just took them all? And she was like, yes, obviously, just go and do it. And then he got his golf lessons and became absolutely obsessed. So there is a good tactic in that, just to keep your hand in over the winter months. Because I've had it recently. Like, there's been a few times, even this week, where I'm like, because I was supposed to play golf this Friday with a friend who's now cancelled, annoying. And it was enough. It was that 9 holes, or just squeeze it in. You've just got to get it away. But I have started longing for summer again, and it's only November.
It's November. I did exactly the same thing. I pictured Littlestone on a summer's evening.
Yeah.
With the because you'll have dogs on the course, on a lead, obviously, playing with my mates and the kids. And I just thought, that is paradise. It's total paradise, and it is miles away. I'm glad that you've had that miserable thought as well. It seems like a sad note to end the episode, but here we are.
Because there was a moment, and it was a brief moment of maybe about at best 3 weeks this summer, where it all came together, and the rounds got better and better and better and better. And I won that competition, and I was like, this is the best thing in the world. Yes. And I know, we all know that you only get to that place in your golf if you're playing loads and practicing loads. And it is quite annoying that you just can't at the moment. That you just can't, even if you wanted to, you can't do it.
It's so frustrating. What a sad end. But listen, what you can do is subscribe, get on the Discord, get on our YouTube channel. All those things. Get out there as well. Get this podcast in your ears, and then head out to a driving range for an hour. And that hour will sate you. I can promise you that.
Yeah, and we'll see you next Monday. I'd like to think on next Monday's podcast, Tom, or at least
which we're about to record.
Yes. Not next Monday's podcast. And maybe a podcast next week.
Yes.
We will be able to give you something quite exciting.
Merchandise that rhymes with tap.
See you next time.